It's another night. It's another cup of water. And it's another island to build. Hope everyone's doing well. Gotta be honest, this island terrifies me a bit. It's our third island, so we're gonna have quite a few points that we need to unlock the fourth. And there's really not a lot of space. I mean, I know in situations like these, they sort of give you extra docks, typically extra platforms, but even still, I mean, this is certainly going to be a weakness for me, so let's soldier on and hope for the best here. Kind of a spooky one, spooky atmosphere here, some fog, and immediately they're just saying here, here's 3 platforms, get started, so we will. Let's maybe do something like this so that we can have sort of a city, maybe. I like this amount of points, 17. Yeah, and that's nice and even. Gives us room to stick maybe a town center in there. Let's take lumber. So this can just be our lumber island. More platforms are going to kind of come with everything, I think. So this is only 9 points out here. So here we see a lot more. Let's you know what? Let's have our lumber island sort of overlook our city. Where can I get this one and have a reasonable amount of points still? 11, that's pretty good. Let's rotate that. Can I keep that tree? 12, perfect. And that looks even nicer too. Let's get a sawmill on here if I can, sort of. 18. I don't want to get rid of all these trees though. I guess they've already got their points, but can I keep a couple? 18, yeah, I can keep those ones. I like that. And we need to think about where we're putting these platforms. I mean, right now I'm kind of content just to add on to here because I think we're going to want to build around this statue a lot. Let's get started on the city right away because this is going to be crucial. Yeah, okay, so we left just enough space in there. That's ideal. So now, again, we're going to use these platforms here. We're getting quite a number of them to build out where our city will be. Again, talking about districts, sort of like we did in the last island. I hope the music hasn't been doubling through. I just realized I had the monitor on, and I know these headphones sort of can leak audio sometimes. I don't know if it's doing it though. How would I know? I don't know. Sorry about that. I just paused for a minute while I played around with the monitoring. I believe we're okay. I don't want to create a negative sonic experience for people while we're doing this. Maybe I'll sit back again a little bit just to triple check that we're okay. So we've got mansions. Let's give the mansion people the rock side, and we'll give the house people the beach side. So we'll sort of build along here and out. Take advantage of those this beach space that I've left. You know what? Let's use this island too for a little bit of lumber stuff. Again, let's not go smack in the middle because we do want other lumberjacks to be able to use this area. We'll go smack in the middle with our sawmill though, and get our 7 points from that fella. All right, so brewing is brewing requires, I believe, either sand or grass to be built on, which means that would be incredibly difficult to work with. So that's something to keep in mind. There are dock pieces that have grass on them, but they're pretty rare in my experience. Jeez. I see farm is the same. See, here it is. So this is an example of a spot. So what I could do with something like this is put it here, perhaps, and then have some space to lay out fields where this will benefit from both locations. So it gives me room all around it a little bit. And I think that looks quite nice too. So we've done a lot of fiddling so far. This episode feels like I got a little sidetracked by worrying about potential audio issues. So I'm trying to reconnect myself with what's actually going on here. I'm quite happy with how this is turning out, and really the amount of points that we're bringing in. I admit I was definitely afraid at the start, but now to see sort of how nicely it's coming together with the docks and our farming area, our tree area, I'm pretty happy. I'm so hesitant to go with the brewing pack until the very end. I really think it's going to be hard to find space for it. Perhaps I can, if I find another one of these, I can find some use for it. But I mean, even here, I was thinking that I was thinking for sure this would be enough space, but it's not looking like it is. Let's maybe put this here. But, you know, this, even here, right tucked into that corner, it doesn't quite reach. And in this space here, it doesn't appear to fit. Huh. Alright, well, perhaps we can use this to build out sort of our brewery area, and we can use that, since it does reach, to place a couple more 5 points. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Didn't quite go how I wanted, but that's alright. There's a lot of flowers here. I think I saw a 39 there. 6. Gonna be hard pressed to find a better spot than that 39. That's pretty good. Let's take that 39 nestled right in there on the in the crevice. It's a nice spot for it. Got a house that we haven't used yet, and we've got another mason, which maybe we can sort of stick on the other edge of this mountain here. 9 points. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much 9. I don't think it's that shaman that's taking the points away, and I don't think there's a way I can... Oh, no. Not quite. So let's take that 9. We've already got 2 packs to go through. We'll take our fishers. They seem like a great fit here. Again, we're just going to keep working to build out our neighborhood a bit here. More farmland is not ideal because we've sort of done a poor job of setting it up, but I guess if we get another windmill, it'll get quite a nice bonus there, so maybe it's not all bad. And it does look quite nice, especially when we get around to putting a brewery perhaps out here, and sort of combining those fields together, it could be quite nice. Maybe even, let's give that a try now. Why not? Is there space to... Oh, there's just not quite enough room for the things you want. And it's got a big sphere though, which is nice. So I could put that here. And then that's enough for me to get a few more points placing a brewery on the corner here. So that completes this sort of fun little industry alcove a little better. Only 4 points for these mansions now. We're straying far from the statue and the city center, so we're not getting quite the bonuses we were. But that's to be expected. 5 isn't bad for a mansion. Whereas you see with these houses, like we're getting 16 points for 19 points for houses. Let's get a 19 here. And we know we've got a fountain pack, so let's take that. Another city center, so I can square this off a bit, I believe. Does this not fit? That seems a little bizarre. Is it a wiggle thing? A wiggle strats opportunity? No. Just doesn't fit. Alright. Maybe this one will fit here. Can square this off a bit, or no? Is that also not a... Not quite, huh? Oh. I saw the wiggle working there for a minute. We'll give this a little... One more try. Be gentle. Little, just small wiggles. Small wiggles. There we go. What an interesting mechanic. Okay. So 17 out here, it's too close, huh? What if even if I'm right? Let's hold on to that, because that could be quite profitable for us if we get just one more plateau there. We're gonna try to wiggle this guy in. No luck. Can I fit him on one of these edges, or are we too... I think we're cutting it too close. Let's just hug that wall there. Let's hug that one. Can wiggle it a bit and get a 12. Huts and parks. See, parks as well. They're so tough in this game, in this mode, because we don't have the grass to put them on. But we do have a huge 49-point fountain here. That's what I call points. And you know what? That's actually gonna trigger doggo clock. There we have it. There's Jaina celebrating her... I believe that's her celebrating her first birthday, but it's relevant because she just celebrated her second birthday about a little over a month ago, so... She's a big cutie, and I'm happy to share cute pictures of her. Look at that, she liked that bone. It took her, we gave it to her slowly. It's quite big for a dog of her size, but I think she liked it. So sweet. Alright, back to the game. So that was the reward, our reward for that big 50-point that big 50-point fountain. So we're gonna tack this on here because I think that gives us the space to just squeak that statue in. There we go. So that gives us our, again, kind of like last time, with that nicely district city, it gives us this sort of area to expand between. Plateaus, again, pretty useful here for, similar reasons to these. Oop, I wanted to put that there. Boop. So again, we're going to build out from that neighborhood sort of towards this neighborhood. And we should really try not to neglect the mansion side of this equation so much. I am kind of forgetting to give them the space they need to grow out, which is still important. So we've got fissures. That's a big 20-point fissure. I like that. Let's get that as on this side as we can. Maybe just off the corner here, because that gives us space to get at least one more 20-point fissure that we can sort of stick. Let's get just as close to the edge of this fissure as we can, while still getting the statue bonus. There it is. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Hut, lumberjack, sawmill. I just have so little space for industry. 8 points there isn't bad. What if I put a sawmill up here? That's pretty nice. 14. And then, do I get a big, oh, there it is, see? That's what I was looking for. Look at how close that is, right on the left edge of the bubble. So we'll take a big 15 from that. And we've got our huts again. I like a tower. Alright, well, while I'm thinking about it, let's give this platform... Let's put it here. We gotta give them a little bit of room to grow because they're right up against the edge there. So our huts, where will Hut Village go now? 20-point huts right on the edge of this sort of... I like that. Can't complain about that. 20, and then some 19s. Oh, another 20. And another 20. 60 points in huts. And look at that. We've already advanced to our next island. So this arpelagio, I have a couple of geologist friends that would toast me for saying something like that if it was incorrect. So we'll see. I guess maybe I'll update you on if somebody rips me a new one for that bold geological statement to call something like this an arpelagio. I don't even know if that's even the smallest bit correct. Do I have enough space there for a little friend? I do here, but it won't reach. This is tough to work with, I must say. So we're going to hold on to that tower until we want to lay down as many mansions as we can, because it gets a big bonus for those mansions. Every one house, every one park, mansion, statues, walls. So we can hold that for a while, and it's going to be big points for us later on. Whereas here we get 15 versus 17, so let's take that 17 again. Soon we'll have to start building out, and that city center will help us sort of make up some of the points we lose. I think there's enough room here for another. And so this can't quite fit either. Oof, this area here is a bit rough. It's just not going to plan, but there are no mistakes we can't fix here. So, oh, look at that. Just perfect. You get 9 points there. We're gonna get ourselves a circus. And maybe, if we're lucky, this will be another grass one. Look at this. Ask and ye shall receive, as they say. And we have received. So that we'll hold on to. We need another one of these to tuck up against the wall here if we're going to place more fields. For now, let's quickly keep building out our housing neighborhood and our mansion. So 33, not shabby at all. I'm happy to take a 33 there. Let's take a 33 there. Let's... a third city center out here, perhaps? Yeah, let's do it. So now we've sort of set outer bounds for how we're sort of expecting our city to develop. Here, big 44-point circus. Let's tuck it in on this side. I like how it looks there. Another sawmill. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. So 22 there for a mansion. That's pretty, or not a mansion, a warehouse is pretty good. Perhaps we'll take that, sort of overlooking the city there. Perhaps a bit ominous, but it is a good spot for it. So a market, I was kind of hoping that that plateau would be a good spot for the market, and it looks like it is, but as you know, we're going to place our other buildings first because they do help. Every little bit here counts. A fourth city center. So this fissure, we actually know the perfect spot for it because we did take the time again to lay out. If we sneak in here, it's actually more points. So we're going to do that. Let's sneak right in there. More points because it can directly serve the dock, serve the city. That's a nice location for it. We may be creeping up on when we want to place our tower, but for now, let's explore where this shaman can go. Perhaps down on the beach here was looking really nice, 29. Yep, let's give them this beach location here. Yeah, a little bit away from the city. Not ideal for them having the mason there, but, you know, this is a relatively inhospitable environment, so I like to think we're really doing what we can here. So let's again see, like, things like resort oasis, things like brewery, parks are just going to be really tough to work with here because there's so little space, but I'm going to take the parks because they're a little narrower for now. And we're going to keep adding on here to create a little more room. I guess for our third city center, we kind of would want it around here, perhaps. But that's some time away if we last that long. Pick up 5 points there. We have another addition to New Hutsville. 21 points. Where's that extra coming from? The shaman there, that beach. That shaman on the beach there adds a few more points when we're within range of it. So let's shuffle that just over maybe. 21, 19. There. There we go. So it's slightly off center with the other ones, but it did get us a new pack almost immediately. So let's tack that there. Again, we're talking about expanding our farm area a bit. What's this one give us? A little more. Let's throw this one here. Houses are gonna start connecting now, no two ways about it. And a tavern. 33-point tavern. Don't mind if I do. Now parks, again, they're going to be tough. 15 is pretty good. This is a spot I wanted to explore for a park, but there's just not quite enough out here, I don't think. 11, that's not bad to keep in mind. There we go. But see, again, let's keep that spot in mind. If we get another windmill, we should test that because I think it could be big points. But for now, let's use this spot here. Both of these, sort of a little nice double path there that leads up to the fountain. Seems like a lovely addition to the neighborhood. Got another circus. I wonder if we do have the space to just get another big 36 there. Competing circuses, just mere 44. Wow. Can I get it without kissing the edge of that circus, or no? 44. Again, it's the two competing circuses just mere blocks away. Let's try and... That'll be worth looking at. Let's try and... no more houses. So let's put... Again, see, now these mansions are getting their big bonuses because of the fountain and everything. So that's only 45 points, which is such a disappointment. Whereas this is now 87. I think now is the time. Let's quickly look. That sawmill, where could it go? Only 7 points there. 2, 0, 14 if I take up the 85 spot. No, okay. Now is the time. Let's take the huge market. Put the flag out towards the sea. Look at that. Now that's points. A large, satisfying amount of points there. Look at it go. That's great. So the temple was what I was just thinking of with this. Because it loves these mansions, right? But it has such a narrow reach. It's very frustrating. Let's try putting that there. Big, it's just, yeah, I'm not happy with that. Not really at all. Let's get our tower in now. 45 points is pretty fantastic. 42 over there. Maybe we'll take slightly less in exchange for having the space to ooh, that seems ideal. I saw 50, I thought. Maybe I didn't. Maybe we're just talking 49. Alright, let's take our 49 here if we can find it again. I don't know if rotating has an effect on the bubble or not. Can't seem to find that 49. I thought we had it, but we'll take the 48. And then here we'll take the... I thought we had another 40 or so we could get. There it is. Face the fountain. Huge points there. We're way out in front of this level. I don't know what I was afraid of with starting this one. We're just blowing through it. 2 more packs to choose from. And just, you know, we've long unlocked the last level, or the next island, so try to make the most of it here. Make something really neat looking. I'm growing to appreciate this this island. I was definitely concerned with how it was going at first. We had a few gaffes over here in terms of spacing, but I find this quite nice looking. Let's Especially we've got another farm now that we can start out here, so -1. So there, these guys can share a platform here. Or maybe we'll put them just on the rock. And again, there's more farming. Keep all of our farming out here. Give our farmers a peaceful place to work and live, away from the hustle and bustle over here. The definition of hustle and bustle: 2 circuses and a tavern in one neighborhood. Hedonism. Hubris. The gall of the city folk. Who do they think they are? 2 circuses. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I would love to provide a park. There it is. I was going to say for this little beach park for the house neighborhood. Oh, and we've got a nice little lake. Where will the lake go? Maybe here? I like this sort of... It's 13 points. I like this sort of... this area we've built up here. I kind of imagine that this, instead of a mansion, is like maybe a museum. Because this looks like such a nice little park square. I like that a lot. So this guy could... Let's try to get another one out here before we worry about that. So that's a green one, which maybe we should be a little more strategic with our green tiles, because they're immensely helpful. Boy, you can really get away with sort of sliding it inside of areas there. It's not, though. And let's put it here, because it's 18 points. And if we are able to then start shortly building houses out around it, we'll appreciate the park space. Even like one of the... it's not quite what you'd hope for. But that is... 81 points. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna just take it. I'm not gonna think about it too much. I'm gonna take that. It's a nice one. Really, it's fitting. I'm trying to think again. We always talk about the stories of these neighborhoods or the stories of these areas. It is fitting the kind of this. There's a juxtaposition I like between this like sparse island, with all the canals and rocks, with this sort of like almost eerie, like hyper dense metropolis that's popped up here. It's a really kind of a neat way of looking at it for me. It's a story I appreciate. Let's get that one there, and then we can work this out. Our 22, put our 4th boundary here. So we're really kind of really examining what we can do here. Now there's a 23 point. That's a 23-point mansion. That's a big one. Again, a 23-point hut. 27-point hut. You can see how having these town centers sort of just outside of each other's range is really helpful to some buildings. Like Fishers love that. They get a lot of bonuses from it. Huts love that. It's very good. So this loves temples. How does this feel about monuments? Statue 40. It does not care about monuments at all. I'm trying to think of a way to place that temple somewhere nice. This balloon, though, just is a lark and a half here. 85 points. hovering right over the core of the city. Let's take that. And that's enough. 85 points is enough for me to trigger a little break again. Look at the sweet dog. Take a drink. And then hop right back into it. So we're definitely on the home stretch here. I know we still have 2 more packs and then some, but that there is our last pack. So we're just going to start receiving random buildings as we get the points filled. So we can start to move a little faster here. We're we've essentially built the soul of this city, of this island. It's just a matter of filling out the nitty-gritty. So this does benefit from walls, I believe. Yes, it gets plus 10 from walls. So what we can do, again, let's continue with our housing development. How does it feel about parks? It does like parks too. So I'm thinking that this is going to end up, say, it's such a huge beefer of a building. And it really gives so little back. -5. But I do have 4 walls, so maybe let's think about it like this. Does it still fit? Yes, so now it's a +5. And again, this isn't giving me much, but there we go. So it's a +15. Is that enough? Is that +25? So I can be happy with that. Let's take a +25 there. It's not, again, like you see such an enormous building and it's just kind of a bummer that it's only a, oftentimes when I play it, maybe I'm just not planning for it properly, but oftentimes when I play it, I may be getting 30, 40 points at most for this huge hulk of a building that really takes up a big portion of your city. Let's take a 12-point mason there. A couple more walls. That walls are kind of a tricky one for me. 26 points here is hard to argue with. I guess we can use that to sort of like I don't know. I guess it's like could be like a fun decorative wall for that museum park area we were talking about before. Like does that sort of slide in there? It gets 10 points because it's touching the other wall. There it is, 19. Yeah, okay. I like putting them on the edge of plateaus like that. I think they look nice there. Again, so mansions don't like walls, evidently. But a 12-point mansion's nothing to sneeze at. And we've got another shaman. We have so many flowers over here, but at this point we've crowded them a touch. They've been crowded by their friends, so maybe we just go out here, take a lovely 6 points on this quiet island. Okay, monument. 67, 62, 52, 12. 62 I think is going to be hard to match. 67. Yeah, we'll take the 67 in there. It's a good spot for it. We've got another hut. Again, I know this is sort of our zone. It's become our zone. Our hut town. More houses, that's nice. I feel like I've been waiting on those. All's been kind of quiet on the housing front for a little while. Got another plateau. Do we have any big buildings? So we have this. What does that get big bonuses for again? Hop field. So perhaps putting it out here. How big is its bubble? You know, yeah, let's do that. I like that. Let's put this plateau sort of perhaps here, just off the beach sort of thing. And then let's put our resort there. Look at that. That's lovely. See, this area in the beginning we were so unsure about it, but now I feel like it's very quickly becomes something I'm really pleased with. And it's even opened up some more park space for us. Just a touch of park space. Let's investigate bringing some greenery around this monument. I think that's quite nice. These huts, maybe? No, they don't much mind. They don't much care what I put near them. Another 9 there. You know what? Let's do it out here on the resort. Give them some a couple of parks. Another 9. This is the spot I was really looking for. I needed a little skinny park though to be able to do it. 5, 9 again. 9. I am hoping for another windmill still, so we can at least test this hypothesis. Now this fissure, because we planned ahead, see, now it gets a big 25 points for sneaking in right around here. So let's think here. We're sort of definitely creeping up on the end game. Another plateau, which I'm just not sure we have much to gain from this at this point. Mason. Again, we just don't have the space. An 11 pointer out on the island there. Another 11, 7. Putting it right in the heart. There's no more space. Let's take an 11 sort of out here. Let's add perhaps another park or two and a lake to this nice little green space we've created. A wall. Perhaps a wall around the edge of the city here. 12. It's not so satisfying. 5. I'm gonna take the 12 there because this is the edge anyways, so we're not really gonna keep building in that direction at all by any means. Let's think. Another lumberjack. A lumber mill, sorry. So we can actually do, we have a wall plateau. Maybe a lumberjack. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice spot for it there. A 9. We'll take that one. And then what we'll do is we'll take this maybe to can see sort of build off the wall a bit, but then place this guy out here so it can get a 7 pointer. Just put a wall out there for no good reason. Got another skinny park here I can get 9 with. Get 11 with. I like that 11 that I was seeing there. Let's get that 11. These skinny parks really are like a blessing of a little bit of RNG, I guess. Let's stick that one there for 13. And that one there for 11. We can even continue to add over here. Folks, this is feeling like the end of the line a bit, which I guess we're right about on time to do, so looking like the end as the packs get further and further apart. Seven. More huts. These are big points for us. We know that. 26. Take a 27 there. More mansions, but 13. I like that. It sort of lets us have at least something around every an 11 pointer. Yeah. These walls are kind of just hodgepodge around the city. But that's alright. More seaweed. We never got another windmill, huh? Maybe there's still time yet. Couple more mansions. Let's put one of them, at least one of them out here with this city center, so that it's not lonely. They can hug. We can tuck this in for, that's only 5 points. Yeah, 8 points. Let's put something out here. So that it feels a little, yeah, you know, there's something there, something going on. Wall at the end of it. That's a nice little design. Look at that. That's kind of sweet. I like it. So I think this is pretty much our end here. None of these have greenery on them, so we'll use them kind of aesthetically like we did before, maybe. 11, 10. They're all kind of nothing huge. I like the aesthetic fit there. The plateau is sort of become a misfit here. I mean, 26 points here is pretty good. Let's take that spot. Perhaps something we can do with it. We need only 21 points to get another pack, so I am more than confident we can pull that off. 12 for this. 12 there. 9-point wall platform. Piece of cake. Let's again, let's just sort of kind of just building like a staircase here, maybe. I'm very happy that this is our final pack here, that we get a couple more, so a couple more mansions to sort of make this feel like a complete little burrow. More seaweed farms to add a little bit of symmetry out here with our vertical farms sandwiching the other ones. And another house. Can it fit? Beautiful. And one final hut to add to Hutsville. 26. Take the 26 here. And a wall. Where do we want to put our final wall? Is there room here? There is. Wow, that's a big... If I had been thinking to put walls there, we could have been going all night. But there's a good spot for it, and that's it. It's a lovely, lovely island again. Let's quickly look through it here and start while we wind down. So again, I think this one is kind of interesting because you think of it like in terms of, you're here, you're out to sea, oh, you don't see anything. It's dark and foggy, and then, oh, what's that there through the fog? And it's a little, it's such an interesting sort of bustling area. I like that a lot. I like the density of this in such a sparse sort of landscape. But there is, don't get me wrong, it's not sort of a sci-fi hellscape. It's it's just dense city. There's a lot of circuses, markets. There's art. There's parks. These nice decorative walls with parks and lakes, monuments, towers. This nice balloon. Every neighborhood ended up populated. Every city center sort of served a purpose in a nice way. And then this industrial area was a little aimless at first, but I think kind of came together. I like the story we ended up with here, with sort of this resort that leads through all this nice farming area. And then there's either, maybe you could ferry from here over to this small part of town, or you take sort of this path up the mountain to continue on through the lumber, the sort of lumber industry. And then we just have a few folks out here that don't want anything to do with any of it. So I think that's gonna just about do it. We will wrap up by having a peek at our next island. But I just wanted to sort of take a look at this again. It is really a nice area. I'm happy with it. I don't know. Again, I was a little worried at first, but I think it really came together in a nice way. So let's say goodbye to this island, and we'll start our exhibition to the final one. Or not the final one, the next one. Ooh, wow. Very flat. Lots of areas to build in. So you'll notice, you know what? I'm not going to say it. We'll say it in the next video, but maybe you'll notice something about this island that's actually different from the last 3 that we've done. Aside from the flatness, but this one is very exciting to me. I like how this looks a lot. There's really potential here, so this will be very fun to return to. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good time listening and sort of seeing that build out, and yeah, I'll see you in a couple of days when we do it all again on this, make a nice little island here. So thank you. Bye.